Ryan Blaney gets his first win of the season at Nashville, and there's so much more to talk about besides Ryan Blaney winning. How's it going, everyone? I'm Andrew. Welcome back to Talkin NASCAR, and today we're going to be talking about Nashville race weekend and the Cup Series specifically. I talked a little bit about the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series on Saturday before the NASCAR Cup Series race, and now I'm here on Monday recording this episode about Nashville's Cup Series race. Now, I just want to say a few things about the episodes going forward and kind of like the structure of it. I am going to be cutting a lot of things and like doing some redos and stuff, so you're not going to hear me talk all at once, because I do goof up a lot, and I don't want you guys to hear that, I want to make the product sound as good as possible. And otherwise, I have a new microphone, so if things do sound a little bit weirder, I do have a new microphone. If anyone is wondering, which probably no one is, it's a Mayono microphone. My buddy Miles does use Mayono products, and we really like to use them on our main show, Talkin Sports, and go check that out, by the way. We just posted a new episode. One should be coming out later this weekend, so go check out Talkin Sports. It's a great show. I love doing it. Miles loves doing it, and I gotta pull a little plug in here for my boy. I gotta do that a couple times now, and I will do it on the main show. I will plug this show as well, so go check it out, and I'll maybe have a link for it in the description. We'll see. Now let's talk about Nashville, and there were actually a couple of stories before the race that went out when I was looking on jski.com, which is a humongous NASCAR site. They got a bunch of silly season stuff, race recaps and stuff, so go check it out. I know I will not have that in the description. I don't know if I can actually get that link approved for Spotify. Anyway, I did see that Calling Racing did confirm that AJ Allmendinger, driver of the 16 currently this season, will return to the 16 seat next season. So they did not give any implications on whether Ty Dillon will return to the 10 car next year. So that is to be seen whether Ty Dillon will return to that seat. As for AJ Allmendinger, he had a good race, and maybe that lit a fire under him, because last week at Charlotte it was a good race for AJ Allmendinger. I say good. It was a great race for AJ Allmendinger. He ran up inside the top 10 most of the night. And then this week, AJ Allmendinger had a very solid week. He got back into the playoff bubble conversation as we are getting very, very close to the playoff cut line and the time when the playoffs start. And the other big rumor was Austin Cindric, as Bob Pockets reported that he had a conversation with team owner of Penske Racing, Roger Penske. And the reason I want to talk about this is because Austin Cindric's dad, driver of the 2 car, Tim Cindric, the president of the Team Penske IndyCar side of things, was fired by Roger Penske. And everyone in the garage has been wondering whether that will affect Austin Cindric's future and whatnot. But according to this little tweet that Bob Parker set out that I'm viewing on jski.com, it says that Roger Penske, they talked with Austin Cindric, and he does have a contract for next season. Is yet to be seen about 2027, but for 2026, it does look like that Austin Cindric will return to the 2 car. And to his credit, Austin Cindric has been pretty good this season. While I'm not going to say he's been on the level of someone like a Ryan Blaney or a Joey Logano, he's been, again, the 3rd Penske car. But overall, he's been really good. He got that win at Talladega. He's an excellent road course racer. He's an excellent plate race racer. So I'm not surprised that Austin Cindric is still in that seat. But Austin Cindric now will have to earn his ride more going forward if he does want to stay in the Cup Series with Team Penske. But let's go ahead now and look at all the finishers of 39 through 1. Let's start at 39. Obviously, it's going to start with the 47 car, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who wrecked out of the race. He got spun by Carson Hocevar early in stage 2. Hocevar was there on Stenhouse, I would say, but Ricky kind of came down. But it's early in the race, so I would partially put the blame on both of them, but more so the blame on Carson Hocevar. So tough luck for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That knocks him back on the playoff cut line. And I know he was going to coming into this race, I believe, 18th or 17th. I think he was 17th, and he was only a couple points behind the 60 of Ryan Preece heading into this race. And now, if I'm looking at it, Stenhouse is now 19th in the playoff points, and he is only 6 points behind the final driver in, which is Kyle Busch. And just looking at this playoff cut line, it got a lot closer. Going all the way back to 21st place with Michael McDowell, the margin between 16th and 21st in the playoff grid is only 13 points, guys. That is a slim margin. So, like, if Stenhouse does wreck out again, which in this race, Nashville was his first DNF of the season, DNF meaning did not finish, we could see Stenhouse fall further back, and we could see someone like a Michael McDowell or an AJ Allmendinger or even a Carson Hocevar get even closer, and we can see that gap for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. really widen out. But definitely very interesting to see that playoff bubble is so close. And I don't think I've ever seen a playoff bubble, at least like in the 15th and 16th area, so close in my life. That's crazy. And there are 9 winners this year, so not a lot of points positions are going to be left. And I think we're going to see a couple different winners, especially at the road courses coming up, like Mexico City and Michigan. We could see Carson. I think we could also honestly see Carson Hocevar win Michigan. So be on the lookout for something like that. 38th was Noah Gragson in the 4 car. He got spun up into the outside wall by the 48 of Alex Bowman, who got loose under him, kind of sent it too hard into turn 3. And I think that was early in stage 2. I believe that's when all the chaos happened in this race. Corey Heim finishes 37th. He washed up on the 6 car of Brad Keselowski off turn 4 again in stage 2. Just wasn't clear and didn't really know how much space he had. The spotter did tell him where the 6 car was, but it's just a rookie mistake. Corey Heim is only in his 2nd Cup start this season, his 3rd Cup start overall. So I'm not really surprised that Corey Heim, he's going to slip up, and he's not going to be up in the Cup Series at least until 2027. So Corey Heim, though, does have a lot of time to learn, and I think he's with only the more Cup Series starts he'll get, the more comfortable he'll get, and the more he'll know where that line is of where cars are and where cars are not. Alex Bowman in the 48 finishes 36th, in that 48 car. He was over 100 laps down, but still running. They did make repairs to that 48 car, especially in the back bumper. And when I saw him up on the track, he was slow, of course. But the back of the car, no decals, no paint on there, just bumper and black bumper. And it was weird to see a car like that. And under the new damaged vehicle policy, the DVP, you can go back to the garage and fix the car, but you can only fix certain parts of the car. And the bumper they were trying to fix, but the NASCAR officials came in and said that bumper was ineffective, and if there was another collision with the wall, especially in the back bumper for that 48, it might be a harder hit and unsafe. So they had to change that whole back bumper out, but they did get back out there, and Bowman right now is a little over more than 40 points above the cut line, 45 to be exact, and he is in 14th place in the playoff standing. So Bowman, we were looking at him to be consistent in this race or in this season, and so far he has not been as consistent as we were hoping. And last year he was very consistent, and he haven't even got that win at Chicago, but now he doesn't have a win, and he has not been as consistent as last year. So keep an eye out for Bowman. If he can get more consistent runs in the top 15, we could see Bowman keep that 40-point lead. But right now, Bowman, he's kind of free-falling right now. He's kind of falling down in the playoff standings. So Bowman has to be careful going forward in this season. Now we're getting to the 2 open cars. We have the 66 of Chad Fincham driving for Garage 66, and Carl Long finished 35th. He was probably the slowest car out there on track, just on raw speed. And then the 44 J.J. Yaley finishes 34th. Again, probably the second slowest car out there on track. But to his credit, J.J. Yaley, he stayed on the lead lap most of the night. And with those cautions, he was able to stay on the lead lap. And just with that long green flag run at the end, just really couldn't stay on the lead lap. No pace in that car, really. So overall, I mean, you're not expecting much from those open cars. So 35th and 34th, honestly, for those teams might be actually pretty good. I don't know, though. Then we have Cody Ware finishing in 33rd in that 51 car. Again, probably the next slowest car, except for the 44 and the 66. Justin Haley in 32nd. Oh, boy. Justin Haley started P18 last night, and really didn't have pace, which is kind of surprising because we've seen Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell have that pace, and even last year at the tail end of the year, we saw Justin Haley have pretty solid pace. But then again, I'm guessing that just all the team members they've lost with Cheddar Smith, the team engineer, no longer being with the team, and Rodney Childers no longer being with the team. I guess I should tone my expectations down a little bit for that 7 team. I guess I was expecting them to run more, I guess, inside the top 15 and top 20 compared to, or especially with his teammates of Mike McDowell and the 77 of Carson Hocevar. But it's tough luck for Justin Haley. Ty Gibbs finishes in 31st. Man, Ty Gibbs, oh boy, he has been really bad this season. And especially since he's in a Gibbs car, you're expecting him to win, and this is year 3, and we've seen so many drivers like Chase Elliott and William Byron. They won in their 3rd year in the Cup Series, and so far Ty Gibbs has not been doing that. And right now, looking at the playoff grid, Ty Gibbs is 55 points back from the final spot in. So Ty Gibbs is going to have to win his way in the playoffs. And right now, with the pace that he is showing, I'm not confident that Ty Gibbs is going to be able to do that. And looking at Nashville, I was looking at this race for him to possibly get back on track and maybe have winning speed. Because we've seen him at Bristol. He was pretty good, finished side the top 3. And Toyota this whole weekend was fast. We saw Bell qualify up in the top 5. We saw Hamlin qualify on the front row. Chase Briscoe qualified on pole, but Ty Gibbs was nowhere else. So I'm really concerned about Ty Gibbs. I mean, honestly, I can't be concerned about Ty Gibbs now. If this is my first time being concerned about Ty Gibbs, where have I been, I guess? So hopefully Ty Gibbs can get a win, but right now it's not looking good for him, and a 31st place finish is not going to help him at all. Josh Berry ends up in 30th. He was running up inside the top 10 a little bit later or earlier in the race before the end, but it looks like he got behind a little bit on pit stops, a little off cycle. So overall, I think Josh Berry on intermediates has been pretty solid this year. He won that race at Vegas. He's locked into the playoffs, so I'm not expecting big things from Josh Berry. Michigan, though, I am looking for him to be pretty solid, looking ahead to Michigan. And short tracks, I think there is maybe one coming up. I think Richmond may be coming up, so we'll see, but I don't have the schedule on hand with me right now. Austin Dillon finishes P29. Richard Childress Racing isn't in a good place right now, so I mean the 29th place finish, it's probably where he was running all night. Ryan Preece finishes P28. All of RFK Racing was just off this weekend, except for Chris Buescher, who finishes up the order a little bit more. Tough night for Ryan Preece. He fell out of the playoffs right now, looking to get back on track. John Hunter Nemechek in P27. His teammate Eric Jones had good pace. I know I'm not really focusing on the drivers, but I'm wondering where that pace is for Nemechek. He was not running good at all last night. Ty Dillon in P26. It's probably what Ty Dillon is going to be running nowadays with that calling team. Shane Van Gisbergen in P25 for the 88 team. I don't want Shane Van Gisbergen to go unnoticed. Back-to-back weeks. Yeah, he had not a great finishing position, but he was running up inside the top 20 most of the night. And last weekend, he got 14th. So Shane Van Gisbergen is making improvements on the ovals. So I'm really encouraged by the fact Shane Van Gisbergen is getting better on the ovals, and on the road courses, he is pretty solid. So, I mean, could we see Shane Van Gisbergen in the next year have a little more confidence on the ovals? Could we see Shane Van Gisbergen play some strategy to win an oval race with Trackhouse? I mean, watch out for that. Watch out for that. Riley Herbst in P24. The rookies kind of bunched up together in that 24th and 25th area. Good day for Riley. Definitely been his probably best race of the season. Brad Keselowski in P23, man. Oof. Yeah, Brad is going to need to win his way into the playoffs as well. Not a good day for him. Didn't really have pace all night. He started 6th place and fell back to 23rd. Yeah, just no pace at all in that 6th car. Todd Gillen finishes P22. I was looking for Todd Gillen to have a better season, but I guess with all the lawsuit drama between Front Row Motorsports and NASCAR, maybe that's having an effect. But I was really looking for Todd Gillen to be running inside the top 20 more, kind of where Zane Smith was running. I was honestly thinking that Todd Gillen be running more like Zane Smith is now, and Zane Smith be running more like Todd Gillen is now. And I was actually I was expecting all Front Row to be a little bit better, if you know what I mean. Looking at everything else, Michael McDowell finishes P21. Again, he got a little bit closer on the cut line. He is now 21st, and he's 13 points back. And I know 21st is a little bit farther back from 16th, but Michael McDowell, Mexico City is coming up. He's very good at road courses, so could we see Michael McDowell win a road course race coming up? I think that's a very good thing to have in the back of your mind, because there are only, looks like 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points positions left. That's not a lot of points positions left. And with guys like AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell, and so many good drivers on that playoff cut line, I'm going to say it again. This is the closest points battle for the playoffs I have seen in all my life of watching NASCAR. And I've been only watching since 2022, so bear with me. I haven't been watching for very long, but, I mean, it's close. AJ Allmendinger finishes P20. He had to go to the back to start the grid because he had an inspection issue, and he had to do a pass-through, so he was off the lead lap most of the night. But finishes P20, still a good night. He is in that playoff bubble, and he is currently 7 points back in P20 from 16th. So very good points position right now for AJ. And I'm not sure Michigan is the best place for him to make up all those points, but Mexico City, oh yeah, definitely. Watch out for AJ going forward. Cole Custer finishes 19th in the 41 for that Haas factory team. Good night for Cole Custer. He was running inside the top 15 most of the night. Finishes P19. So that's a respectable finish for... Actually, that's not respectable. That's a good night for that single car team. And I guess we were expecting a little bit more from them this season. But at this point in the year, you're looking for small steps from that Haas factory team. Austin Cindric finishes P18. Again, with all those rumors going around, I think it's a good finish for him. Again, he's probably that third best Penske car, so he'll probably be running around the top 20. I guess that's what you expect from him going forward. So good night for Austin Cindric. Chase Briscoe in 17th, the pole winner. Didn't look like he had pace later on in the night. He held the lead for a long time, but overall just not... You were looking for him to have a better finish, I guess, so tough luck for Briscoe, but still overall a pretty solid day. Daniel Suarez in P16. Trackhouse, I think, had a pretty solid night overall. Started 32nd, just grinded out that finish. So maybe we can see Daniel Suarez go to Mexico and win. I know he's a solid road course racer, and maybe he can win, I don't know, at Atlanta. He's won there before. So Daniel Suarez is another guy. He can't realistically point his way in. I'm looking at it. Yeah, he's 60 points back. I mean, unless he goes on a tear, maybe. But realistically, Daniel Suarez has to win his way in. So we'll see how that 99 team will do this upcoming weekends. Chase Elliott finishes P15. Again, he's the consistent guy. I mean, we were looking at Alex Bowman to be consistent, but Chase Elliott has been really consistent. Definitely not his best race of the year. Finishes P15. He was running up inside the top 10 for most of the night. He got some stage points. I think if Chase Elliott continues on this path, he'll make the playoffs. I'm not sure how far he'll go in the playoffs, but Chase Elliott, he's been running good, so not much to say on him. Chris Buescher finishes P14. How about Chris Buescher? Leading the way for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing. Good night overall for Chris Buescher. He does gain on the cut line. I'm looking at it right now. He is 15th, and he's 8 points above. The only thing is he does have -5 playoff points from that penalty he had, I believe, Kansas weekend. I think that was Kansas weekend. So Chris Buescher currently in the playoffs, but I'm not sure he'll go very far in the playoffs with those -5 playoff points. He needs to win some more stages. But the way RFK has been running this season, I'm not sure they'll be able to run up front more than maybe, say, like a Penske or whatnot. Zane Smith finishes P13. Really good race. He's been really good these last 2 weeks. Really solid. I'm liking the things I see from Zane Smith. He has to win his way into the playoffs as well. He's 36 points back. Probably has to win his way in as well. And then looking next, Kyle Busch finishes P12 again. Again, like Daniel Suarez, just grinds out those good finishes. So another good night for Kyle Busch. I would say the first good night in a little while for Kyle Busch. He's currently the last driver in on points, 2 points above the 60 of Ryan Preece. Next up in P11, Ross Chastain, last week's winner. Good night for him. I guess we were expecting a little bit better since he is the defending winner. Oh, sorry. He won 2 years ago. Logano was the defending winner. We were expecting a little bit better from Chastain. I guess just Trackhouse overall didn't have the speed like they did last week, especially that one car. But good night overall for Chastain. Christopher Bell finishes P7. Again, kind of just was good all night. He didn't have winning speed. He was running up front a little bit later in stage 1, but couldn't quite get there at the end. Tyler Reddick was just up and down all night. Man, he was contending for the stage win, and then he fell back because he had a flat tire. Then he grinded his way back up. So Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin called him out and that 45 team out. So yeah, Tyler Reddick, he's be on the lookout for Tyler Reddick. It's surprising that he doesn't have a win this season. Jeez. Tyler Reddick, going forward, he's the defending Michigan winner. So look out for Tyler Reddick at Michigan. Kyle Larson, again, another guy who just grinded out a good finish. Finishes P8. Solid comeback after the dumpster fire that was last weekend with the double just flopping. So good night for Kyle Larson. Eric Jones in P7. Good night for him. Man, Legacy Motor Club has made a lot of strides, and credit to Eric Jones. He's been able to make it a firm part of that. Last week it was Nemechek. This week it is Jones being the forefront for Legacy Motor Club. Gets a P7 finish. He qualified pretty good too. P14 starting position, not bad. And then Bubba Wallace was running pretty good. Then he had a speeding penalty in stage 2. He had to fall off the lead lap, and then he just grinded it back out again. Finishes P6. Really good night for Bubba Wallace, and 2311 Racing had a good night overall. William Byron finishes P5. Didn't have the race winning speed like he did last week. It was clearly probably the 5th best car, honestly, I would say. So still really solid. He continues to increase his regular season points lead. He's now 48 points above the 5 of Kyle Larson. So William Byron, right now, he's in a good position. I think if he just continues to run top 10 throughout the rest of the year, he'll probably get that regular season championship. Joey Logano finishes P4. Again, good night for him. He's the defending Nashville winner. Pretty good weekend for Joey Logano on that 22 team. Denny Hamlin finishes P3. He was on baby watch all weekend, so he had a lot going on, but he ended up finishing P3. He did win a stage, so really good night for Denny Hamlin. And then Carson Hocevar finishes P2. Started 26. Not good Saturday speed for Carson Hocevar, but good Sunday speed. So Carson Hocevar heading to Michigan, his home track. He's going to be pulling double duty in the Truck Series and the Cup Series. So watch out for Carson Hocevar, maybe to get his first win. And I think Carson Hocevar right now, he is, let me look at it, 4 points back in P18. So Hocevar, just, he can have a win, or he can just have a good point day, and he'll probably be in because he's one of the more raw pace drivers. And yes, he did have that run-in with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Earlier in the race, and hopefully he knows that it was probably something that he could have done differently, and hopefully he'll learn from this. But right now, the way Carson Hocevar is running is really good, and it's really fun to watch him. And, of course, Ryan Blaney finishes P1. Really good night. He had the best long-run car. He's had the best long-run car all year. And even when Jonathan Hassler brought him into the pits, he didn't take left-side tires. He was running on old, crusty left-side tires. But overall, Ryan Blaney, he got that track position and was just able to stay out in front on the long run, which is really impressive. Just not changing left side tires is huge. And, man, Ryan Blaney finally gets his first win of the year. He's had a lot of bad luck this year, and it's finally good to see, I guess you can call him a good guy, get the win. So congratulations to Ryan Blaney and that whole 12 team with the win. Let me see how many points he got. 54 points. Wow. Really good. Really good. And to clarify, Denny Hamlin did not win a stage. Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick did win stages. I was wrong. Denny Hamlin did not have as good of a points day as I thought, but Hamlin still finished with 53 points. Looks like Byron finished with 48 points, and someone finished with 42. That was Logano. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good night overall for those guys on points, at least, especially for William Byron, because, he needs points right now. And yeah, that looks like pretty much all the finishers for tonight. Some other notes about Nashville. Hard to pass there, but that's more of a next-gen car issue. It's just very hard to pass with this new next-gen car. And Nashville, I think we saw a lot more passing last year than this year. We did see some good battles, though, with Byron, Hamlin, and Blaney, late in stage 2. So it's cool to see. I'm really expecting that next week at Michigan will be a little bit different and more passing, hopefully, next week. And then besides that, not much else to cover. Amazon Prime with their race coverage was very good. I did like that there was commercial-free racing for the last 23 laps. They've really poured a lot into this NASCAR coverage. I was a little skeptical about them coming over to covering sports, but I guess with Thursday Night Football being so successful, I should have expected more. So kudos to Amazon Prime with Dale Jr., Steve Letarte, and Alexander. They've been very, very good so far this season. And to wrap it up here, let's go ahead and rate this Nashville race, the Cracker Barrel 400, on a scale of 1% to 100%. So I don't know, man. It was a good race. We saw Ryan Blaney get out to that big lead at the end. Little anticlimactic, I will say, but I feel like we do need to see more of that. And in this sport, we don't have enough superstars, and a lot of people have said that. So I'm really happy to see that a star did emerge. It was a good finish. The good guy ended up winning the race, I guess. And overall, it was good racing. We had some carnage. Got the 5 overtime finishes out of the way. If you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, go back to 2024 Nashville Cup Series race, and you'll see the 5 overtime finishes that happened. So good thing that never happened again, or it didn't happen this time. And then, yeah, overall, this was a pretty good race. A lot of hectic restarts, I will say that. A lot of hectic restarts. We saw Bell get spun out by Eric Jones, kind of just squeezing him down on the apron. So plenty of hectic restarts, plenty of carnage. But overall, I would say I'll give this race a 75%. Yeah, 75%. It wasn't the best race. It wasn't last week at Charlotte. Charlotte last week was very good race. A very, very good race. Maybe like a 70 to 80% race, maybe to 65 to 75% could be my score for it. Let me know what you would give this race on a scale of maybe 1 to 10 or 100% to 10%. I don't know. Or 1% to 100%. I don't know. I don't know what you guys would think, but let me know down in the comments what you think of the Cracker Barrel 400. Man, that's weird to say. I'm so used to saying the Ally 400. I wonder where Ally went. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And with summer beginning and I'm out of school, you can expect a lot more content from this show. Again, go check out Talking Sports with Miles and Andrews. Talking Sports W, Miles and Andrew. It's a great show. It's a lot of fun. There's some funny stuff in there. You'll hear me and Miles mess up a little bit here and there, but it's mostly laughs and fun. So go check it out. I'm your host, Andrew, and thank you for tuning in.